Now, let the buzz begin.
Pissing the night away.
James, how you gonna fuck up the most important part of the song? Whiskey drink, he drinks a vodka drink, he drinks a lager drink, he drinks a lager drink. I don't know what the words are to this song.
Sing the songs that remind me of the
Better
better
times.
times.
For the longest time, I thought they were saying "Kissing the Night Away," and then my mom took my CD away because it was "Pissing the Night Away." What up, AfterBuzz? It's your boy DJ Jesse J here in studio for AfterBuzz TV's Battle of the Bloodlines, The Challenge. I'm joined by my wifey here at AfterBuzz TV, Roxy Striar.
High five, baby. Boop. Okay, aren't you proud of me? Because I kind of danced just now.
I did. I love that you wanted to create choreography.
Yeah, I like being
You
challenged.
almost came up with the choreography.
I did this
fully.
one. I did the 2-finger.
Yeah.
The 2-finger slide down. I think it's sexy looking, right?
I loved it. We had a really, the pissing thing was going to be awesome. James fucked it up again.
Yeah.
But it's fine. We love James.
We do love James. Can't even help it. And it wasn't really his fault. We kind of threw a lot at him there.
We did. The last minute. But James usually handles it very well.
Yeah.
You know? He's
Sometimes.
quiet right now. He's ashamed.
I try.
All right, let's talk about tear down this wall. You know, like we're tearing down James's emotional walls. I'm just kidding. Shop house, because Roxy ate an amazing salad today and I wanted it.
Is that what you call noodles and meatball salad?
Yep.
Is that what that is?
Meatballs.
Okay, wait. I just have to say something in general about this episode and about this season again. A lot of people have been coming at me like, Roxy, why do you keep calling this the best season ever? Why are you doing that? Because it's my favorite season. So
And you're entitled to
yeah, exactly. Everybody's like, why is that your opinion? It's my opinion because I think there's been the most drama. I love the storylines, and I think we've had sick challenges. All of the domes or pits have been completely different. I love when we're not just circling through. I never know who's gonna win. So yeah, for a long time, this is my favorite season.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with. I really had no idea who was going to make it to the end.
Yeah, I mean, it was even, we felt Banana's absence today. Like, Cara Maria's trying to do all the cheersing stuff and make all the toasts, and I'm like, ooh, girl. Like,
Where's Bananas when you need
Yeah,
them?
exactly.
Well, I mean, we got a whole bunch of rookies in the house.
Yes, we do.
But it's Anisa who's stirring up some drama. So apparently she's still upset with Rihanna from last week with the not being able to get across the monkey bars.
I just feel like we had no idea that there were even problems until last week. Maybe I just missed the subtle jabs, but I thought they were totally fine. And then last week, starting with the upper body strength, and now this week, I felt really bad for Rihanna.
I did too, and I loved me some Anisa. She my cigarette smoking best friend. That's in my head. I don't really know it's Nisa, so calm down. I don't even know she smoked like that.
That's in my head, so calm down. Is that supposed to make me feel calm? But
Not
that's in
you.
your head?
Whoever's gonna write a comment like, "Bitch, you don't even know her." Anyways, so the thing is, I wanted to root for her, but in the situation, and we'll get to it, but there was a moment that really kind of put a little sour taste on my mouth with Anisa. We'll get to it. It was more towards the end, though. So Anisa wants Rihanna to have more heart. Just before we get into all the deep stuff, I loved the quick conversation of the act of perioding. The period conversation.
Oh, yeah.
And then everyone starts to get into this... Anisa, they're all coloring, and then Rihanna starts saying that she wants Anisa to pay attention to her, and like you said, I was kind of a little taken back, like, how old are we?
Yeah.
Like, you want your cousin to pay attention to you, and then now I kind of wonder deeper what their situation is.
I feel
like what their home life is like. Is it like Anisa went off and was on The Real World, and now she's like the celebrity in the family, and everyone's like, well, I've never talk, because I don't talk to I hate to say it, but I really don't talk to a lot of my family from back home, but it's just because time differences. I'm out here, working nights, and then it's like their
I
hours
know.
are different. It's hard to talk to somebody when they're on the other side of the world. So I wonder if like that's with Anisa. So the cousin thinks like, you know, Anisa's so cool, so she comes out here, she does this challenge with her, and then Anisa's sitting over here like,
It's really difficult to know what cousin means to other people because when somebody says, this is my brother, this is my sister, you assume they grew up in the same household. Somebody says cousin, it could mean you guys live next door, you were best friends your whole life, or it could mean you guys both lived in 2 different countries, you've never even met before, and you guys happen to be distant cousins. Like, we don't know what exactly it means that they're cousins, except they keep telling us that they don't know each other. So we have to assume that they've never been friends, they're not that close. I understand that, and I understand that Anisa is here to play the game. The challenge this year was Battle of the Bloodlines.
Right.
Anisa needed to bring a bloodline. This is who MTV picked. You know, Anisa doesn't get final say in who comes with her. Buna Murray gets final say in who comes with her. So they picked Rihanna. Now, maybe Anisa has some family drama with her. Maybe they don't like each other that much. Maybe she just really doesn't know her and doesn't care and just cares about the game.
but if you care about the game is the challenge this year is the bloodline. So you have to make your bloodline. You have to work with your bloodline to get them. Obviously, they haven't done the challenge ever. This is a new person you're throwing in there. The challenge is that you have to teach this person how to be a team player in this.
Absolutely, that's smart gameplay. So even if it just is about the game, Anisa has done a great job up to this point, but in tonight's episode, I don't feel like she was the best game player. Rihanna, on the other hand, I feel like isn't here for the game whatsoever. She just really wanted to get to know her cousin. Maybe because she is a celebrity, or maybe it's because she just wants to know her. We can't possibly know that.
True that. So they get to Germany. They did some sightseeing, the Berlin Wall.
They are so obsessed with Germany, and I loved watching that.
I did too. It brought me to like it made me excited for the real world next season. Like I'm just like, give me 7 strangers living in a house. I'm ready. Fun hotel room.
Yeah, but we're in the hotel room. Karma is like, this is why I love Germany.
Yeah, the
What?
liquor, the cheap liquor. But here's one. Okay, so there were 2 things that Anisa did that really irked me. This was one of them. During the sightseeing, and obviously it could have been editing, but you're hanging back with Corey and Mitch, and Anisa
I think she was
and
a little
Cara.
sprung still.
But my problem, and I get it, because I'm watching the show in full, and I'm seeing the one-on-ones, and I'm seeing Corey talk the shit. But it's just like, after all this stuff, like, dick over blood, you know?
Right. Jesse, there's got to be something more there. We got to figure it out from Anisa
Well-
because she kept saying, I don't trust you. And that's weird.
Yeah.
Like, something's up when it's not, I don't like you. It's not, we're different people. I don't trust you.
Right.
That sounds like some family tea.
Ooh, girl. So Corey and Mitch go back there at the hotel. They actually agree with Rihanna. They feel like, you know what? You guys are supposed to be here. Sit down and talk to each other.
Well, they kind of agreed. They said, like, you each are doing your own things.
Yeah.
They didn't just throw Anisa under the bus. But yeah.
Rihanna said, I gave up everything to get to know you. I feel like this is very one-sided. And Anisa says, you know, I'm upset with Rihanna's competitive drive. This was the second thing that irked me. Okay, maybe she couldn't do some pull-ups. Maybe she ain't the quickest at doing some things. But when I saw her doing the pull-ups, I saw her trying every single time. I didn't see her say, oh, I'm not going to do this.
At all.
So,
And, by the way, we've seen Anisa twice do that. I'm not going to do this.
so for me, I don't even know how to really sit with that spirit of Anisa being like, you know, I just want her to step her game up. Like, I've been asking that of you. And I thought there were moments where you were, you know. I'm just always going to go back to, like, the first one where it was like a high competition, fine. If maybe you scared of heights and you was just like, I can't do this. But you jumped in the water. You made it to the box. And you said, fuck this.
Yeah.
That I can't get over that. I can't stop. That still hasn't. It just has really irked me. And I normally don't get irked when someone throws a game like that. But with Anisa, it irked me because I was rooting for you. I was hoping that you were going to prove all the naysayers wrong. And you took the easy way out. So now you're throwing it on your cousin. And I'm just like...
We heard in her direct-to-camera tonight, Jesse, she said, Berlin shook me. I was shook. This, like, something's got to me. I think between her cousin and Cara Maria, Anisa wasn't being Anisa.
That's true. I will give her that because she was going, like, emotionally.
She was in a funk a little bit.
Yeah.
So anytime I try to judge this, I like that at least in her direct to camera, she said, like, this isn't really, like, I was feeling weird, because we all have those moments. You do too, I'm sure. Like, I'll sit there sometimes and I'm like, ooh, wow, I don't really recognize what I just did, especially when you're involving alcohol, and we'll talk about that situation later.
So we get to the last challenge before the final. Awesome challenge, but actually looks, I mean, they made it all look super easy, which this looked like it was going to be difficult. So it's called truck crossing, and it's 7 vehicles. 2 of them were these 2 big 18-wheelers, one in the front, one in the back, and then there's 5 cars in between.
And then
all
there's that
nice-ass
Mercedes
cars.
G at the end that's like way too high to actually jump up onto. I have no idea how they even still did that. But it kind of looked like they tiptoed to it.
Yeah, it was like, because if you saw Jenna, she put her hands on the top of the roof, like where almost, I don't know if that top comes off, and she like tiptoed across it. Yeah.
But at 40 miles per hour, they made it look so simple.
Okay, but that last car, I wish they had kept the cameras back for a while. The last car right before the Jeep, I swear there were moments where it would get a little closer to
I think so too.
And maybe it was just the camera angles, but it looked like they were kind of helping everyone out with that.
What did you think about Cara Maria and Jamie saying, oh my God, it was so hot?
I think you guys ruined the whole thing. I think you guys made everyone believe they could do it.
Yeah.
By going back and being that extra, like Anisa said, now you're making me think like this is actually pretty easy, because why are you doing it? If you came back and you didn't really stand over by me and, you know what I mean, you were just like, what the fuck? Like, to Jamie and being more subtle about it, I'd be like, shook in my head, like, what the fuck? Like,
right. Or honestly, I think I would have been the most nervous if they came back and they're like, oh my God, you guys will all nail this. It was so easy. Like, no chance you F this up.
It looks so difficult, but it's just like that.
Yeah.
Because it almost probably would have been like, well, let's just run across it.
Yeah, and then maybe would have eaten it. So that's what would have gotten me the most. I don't think that was smart. Cara Maria gets too in her head sometimes.
Yeah, it was interesting that Jamie and Cara came in the top, because to me it seemed like...
No, they didn't. They were in the bottom. It was between them and Anisa and Rihanna. Jenna and Brianna and Mitch and Corey were the top 2.
Oh, yeah, okay, there we are. Because it was like Jamie and Cara definitely looked like theirs took a long time. Anisa and Rihanna, though, I didn't think it was going to happen the whole way across.
Rihanna the whole time was going, Anisa, Anisa. And
just her running so fast made me want to follow behind her. Like, oh,
Rihanna's like,
precious.
Anissa's like, you can do it.
But, you know, I appreciate that they got across and in the time that they did it. You know what I mean? Like, go y'all. Jenna and Brianna was my favorite.
Oh my God, I'm obsessed with them now. I don't know when it happened, but I love them. That was so cute. They supported each other the whole way through it. It's what made them almost win. And even at the end, they gave each other that cute little hug, and it was like, okay,
it was like watching The Land Before Time. Like,
I loved it. I think that it would make me look like the biggest hypocrite if you go back to the first episode of this season of us doing this after show, because I think I was like, ugh, I cannot stand them. They fight all the time.
That's how I
think they're
felt.
my
But
favorite team now. I love them.
I love them.
They've totally changed my mind.
Yeah, I've gotten used to their personalities. Corey and Mitch murdered it. I mean, they were so quick across this. I actually didn't think they were going to make it. I thought one of them was... At first
Mitch
I thought
like
Mitch was going to off the thing, which I was like, Corey, grab the fucking
rope for him.
And then I thought Corey was going so quickly, something was going to happen with his leg.
Yeah, he looked like he was in Furious 7. Like, he was literally doing the damn thing, going across, sliding. Like, I wanted there to be some music playing in the background.
Yeah, it was like a 007 thing. Like, here we are in Germany, these nice-ass Mercedes cars. Like, all right, I'm here for it. Anisa upset with Cara because she had came back and intimidated everyone. That kind of started the whole Anisa Cara thing. So, Anisa and Rihanna lost, which I actually kind of was surprised because I thought they had gotten across pretty quickly. I actually thought Jamie and Cara were going to come in last. because they had gone
really?
first and they were having the most difficult with the last car. But editing wise, obviously.
Do you think if Jamie and Cara had gone last, things would have gone different? Because Mitch and Corey, you think, would have voted in Jenna and Brie, not Anisa and Rihanna?
I think Jamie and Cara would have gotten across quicker if they went last. Because
No. I'm saying if they came in last place and Mitch and Corey came in first, do you think Mitch and Corey would have voted in Jenna and Brianna or Anisa and Rihanna?
Jenna and Brianna.
So then it would have been Jamie and Cara Maria versus Jenna and Brianna.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I definitely think that. So we get to the club. Well, I'm sorry. So the losers were Anisa, Rihanna, Jamie, Cara. The winners were Corey and Mitch. We get to the club that night. Yes, Corey, with your $9.99 H&M long forest green shirt. I have the same one. Just wanted to point out.
You love him.
I just love the shirt.
I'm so hot and cold with Cara Maria, but this pissed me off. She was so mean to Mitch and Corey. Don't talk to me. Why? Because you're the best, so they put you in at the very end?
You're mad. The cigarettes. First of all, you're from Boston. Deal with the cigarette.
Damn right. Also,
like,
I'm not
really, you want to complain like you're from Boston? We deal with the smell of cigarettes everywhere.
all the time, and I'm not trying to be this person. I'm not trying I
feel like
I'm gonna
we're
get so
about to
much
double
hate.
team this situation.
And no, I don't think so. I'm gonna get so much hate for this, but like, girls got like piercings and dyed hair and is cool and goes out, and like we see her partying and drinking and has a crazy boyfriend. Like, she's got that whole rocker look. Really, with the cigarettes?
See, though?
Really?
I thought Cara Maria always had the rocker look until that season where she was with the feathers and she was like crying because Wes and all them were picking on her, and she was like talking about the horse. She wanted to be back home with the horses. And then I realized, Cara's not a rocker. She's like a Lisa Frank girl. Like, she's like that girl in school that collected Lisa Frank everything. And put like beads and weird like soda tops in her hair, and like, okay, girl.
So that was the one time she did annoy me a bit, but then I completely had her side in the Anisa argument.
Yeah. Anisa out of nowhere. Relax with the accent.
All right, maybe it's because we're from Boston, but nothing fucking pisses me off like that. When I am sober and I am not angry and we're just having a conversation, I can hold it together. When I've been out and I am pissed off and it's late and I'm tired and I've probably been drinking, my accent comes out like no other.
Or especially when I'm around family.
Yeah, when you're around
somebody. It
somebody.
gets so ignorant. Like, there are levels to a Boston accent.
And Jamie has one, so she's talking. Exact same thing. Anytime I go back home, even when I come back here the first day, everybody's like, why are you talking like that? It's just the way it is. That's not fucking fake.
We have a drunk Boston. When you're drunk, you have it's like a slight, it comes in and out.
Right.
But when you go back home, it's
Game on.
It's such a thick accent that I have to be out here to even realize that my mom has an accent.
What a weird thing to be pissed at somebody for, though.
Well,
and to call them out.
But I mean, I'm just trying to think of like where I can't remember where Anissa's from. Philly, right? Is that where she's from? I want to say she's from the East Coast. But the thing is like, it was very weird for her to pick it out. She said, Cara's always been a bitch. You never had an accent, now you do. You're not from Boston, you're from Massachusetts. So here's the thing.
All right, again with that.
No matter where in Massachusetts you're from, the dialect is kind of similar. Like, I'm from Cape Cod, so Cape Cod accent is very similar to Boston, but it has like little...
Massachusetts isn't like California where you can drive for 10 hours and still be in the same state. It's tiny. Have you seen Massachusetts on a map? You're from the Cape, I'm from Newton, and we're an hour from each other. You're telling me that you think our accents would be that different?
Yeah.
No way. If you're from...
You would have to be from Massachusetts to really understand the difference in dialect.
Right, and know what exactly is going on. So, yeah, she does say she's from Boston. Is she from Boston? No, she's probably from 20 minutes, 30 minutes outside.
I say Boston too because no one knows Cape Cod.
Right.
I'd be like, oh, you know where they filmed Jaws? And then people would be like, oh, yeah, well, that's based on Cape Cod.
Yeah, you know that little arm that's on the end there?
But you know how many people would be like, no? So here's the thing, like it comes out Anisa, you know, so I don't think that was the problem that Anisa really had with her.
She thinks she's fake. That was her problem.
Yeah.
I feel like she's a lot of things. She plays the victim, whatever. But I don't think that Cara Marie is fake. I don't think she's fake. I think she's a competitor. I don't think she would be my best friend.
Yeah, I think she would. There would be moments about her because she has this tough girlness, but then she turns into this little baby.
Right, right. And I don't like that, but that's not fake.
Yeah,
you know
and
what
then
I mean?
I also didn't like, you know what I mean, like call each other a bitch, call each other, you know. I didn't really hear. Well, actually, no, because Anisa did get personal.
Yeah,
because Anisa brought up the
Abram thing, and was like, whatever, I don't know, making fun of her, like, oh, go on with that. You're not friends, like,
yeah, or what's it called? To restraining order.
Restraining order, yeah.
And then Cara throws out, "I'm not on the pole," you know. She said, and then she brought in Corey into the argument and said, "You're dancing with a 23-year-old man. Get over yourself." Yeah,
and then Corey got up immediately. But I just like Anisa attacked her out of nowhere, out of legitimately nowhere, and I was just annoyed by that. And Jamie really held it together. Like, if I was Jamie, you know a lot of Boston guys who, when a girl's attacking their family member, would have just gotten up and been like, get the fuck off
Look,
this
you
bus.
dumb bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
Anisa said, "I don't hate Cara. I just want her to be herself." And then she goes and starts talking to Jamie in front of Cara. This, I've talked about it actually with the past 2 weeks, because even on Real Housewives of Potomac, the same thing happens. Nothing irks my nerve more than saying something about somebody in front of them, but not directing it to them. That is the pussiest thing you could do.
And not only in front of them, but not to them, but to their family. I can't believe Jamie sat by and let that go. I don't know.
His excuse made sense because it sounds like something one of my cousins would say, like, "What the fuck you listen to this jerk off for?"
Yeah, that's
let
true.
her fucking run. Let her run a fucking motor. Let her run a motor.
Win the Oscar. I don't even care. Yeah, that's exactly what it sounded like.
So he just was sitting there, literally like.
Jesse, we're getting a lot. So I went into the chat to see what people were saying in YouTube, and there's a lot of people who are hating on Cara Maria here, saying that she's so convincing and manipulative, that she's such a bitch, that there's a lot of hate towards her. But then at the same time, there's a lot of love for her too, saying she's really cool off of the show. I don't know.
I mean, we met her. She seemed really cool. Anisa seemed really cool too. We met them at a reality thing in Vegas. It's just these people, I mean, everyone has issues. We all have problems. We all have issues. Some people strip. Some people, damn, you know, have an abusive boyfriend. Like, it's just what the life is. But I, you know, would like these girls to have worked it out. I'm glad at the end they worked it out. But then when Anisa tried to work it out by, like, breaking down and crying.
That was so weird.
For me, that was almost a moment for Cara to be the bigger person and be like, "Girl, we've been doing this for a long time, and why are you crying right now? Like, what's going on? Because I don't even think you're mad at me now." Because to me, I don't think Anisa really was mad at Cara. I wonder if Anisa was more upset with Cara because Cara was getting along with Rihanna. And maybe there was this, like, aggravation or jealousy or...
Maybe. Honestly, I think that the best thing Cara Maria could do in that moment was just stay silent and let drunk-ass Anisa cry and go to bed.
Because I'm wondering if that's where the trust comes in. Maybe she feels like, I don't trust you because you're friends with Cara.
Maybe.
Or, I don't know. I'm reaching, but...
Now the chat wants me to let you know that there's a lot of love for Cara in here, too. So I love Cara. Who's hating on Cara? Team Cara. Go Cara.
All right, so we get to... Well, so she cries and she says, "I will not compromise myself for this guy."
Yeah, and it was one of those.
With her wine, as she drinks her wine, you're like, "Oh."
But again, Jesse, could you not picture me doing this exact same thing Anisa did? Like, going in somebody's room with my wine, being like, "Girl, you know, it's not as important as it is who you are at the end of the day that matters." Like, I want to hate on it, but I'm so that girl when I've got my alcohol. Like, it's a woman thing, you know, because I love you and I want you to be you. Like, bitch, what are you even crying about? But I would do the same thing. I know I would, so I can't even hate.
There you go. We get to the final elimination round. Corey ends up putting in Anisa...
No.
I'm sorry, Cara and Jamie.
Yeah.
Versus Anisa and Rihanna. What did you think about him putting Jamie and Cara versus putting in Jenna and Brianna?
At this point, Jenna and Brianna are incredible competitors, but I think that Jamie and Cara Maria pose a bigger threat to Mitch and Corey. So I think it was a smart move.
The game was called Mine, Not Yours, which we saw Anisa actually won this back on the Duel 2, or something similar. And she said, it's funny that I'm getting this game because I told my cousin, if we win this, it's going to be because of me, not you. Like, I don't even understand what that means.
I think she was trying to say it in a nice way. If we lose, it's also on me. Like, don't blame yourself. I don't think that was in this particular game. I think she meant going on to the challenge in general. Like, if we win, okay, but if we lose, that was on me. Don't worry about it. I think that was her actually trying to be nice.
Okay.
Maybe not, though.
So it was an interesting shaped thing because you could totally link your arm in it.
Yeah.
Versus the other one, which was usually just a stick.
Yeah.
It got intense.
But no legs, no elbows, but they got dirty.
I think they made those rules up as it was going along because at first, Anisa dead ass, I felt like should have been disqualified when she was like pushing down on Cara Maria's neck. Cara Maria's neck.
Anisa was the favorite to win this particular competition.
You know, it's funny. I was mad at her throughout the whole episode, but I found myself rooting for her because Cara's already won one.
No, a challenge?
Hasn't Cara won a challenge?
No, I think that this is her time to win because remember the last time she got so close because of the broken wrist and she couldn't even go all the way through? I don't think she's won. I think she's gone to a bajillion of them. Let's see what they'll let us know in the chat.
Thank you. Yeah, guys, let us know. I'm pretty sure. I could have swore. But either or, Anisa, just the fact that Anisa is even up to be in a final, the fact that Jenna is going into a final blows my mind. And I love it. I think it's just like the game, there's no rules anymore.
No.
There's no alumni versus rookies. It's here we all are. Who's ready to play? And that's why I wanted Anisa to win because I really wanted Rihanna to step up and show Anisa, you know what I mean? Like, we can do this together. I wanted that whole story. It looked like Cara was gassing out at first, but Cara won both rounds.
Yeah, so Josie Bello says Cara has gone to 3 finals, but no wins.
All right.
Yeah, and everybody's saying Cara's never won. That's why it was so devastating when she did break her wrist and couldn't play.
Okay,
and that's why now with her cousin, they're like, we gotta win. Which is why, even though I am hot and cold on her, part of me really does want her to win. Because I think she truly deserves it. I'm not saying anything about her as a human being, nothing about her as a girlfriend, as a friend, as somebody I want to spend time with. Those are not things I'm commenting on. As a competitor, she deserves to win the challenge.
Agreed. I mean, she came out even to say, when she came and hugged Anisa at the end, she said, you know, if there was any challenge that I could have done to go improve myself for the final, it would be this one because you're bigger than me. You've won this before. You know, so I did like the sportsmanship of her and Jamie being like, we feel like we deserve to be here. We've proven ourselves time after time, you know, in every way we can prove together. Jamie's proved himself. I've proved myself with Jamie versus CT. So I think it's like that was, you know, a beautiful moment. And the fact that they could hug at the end and squash whatever. I don't know if it was fully squashed because we still see Anisa like.
She's a bitch. Yeah. She's always been a bitch.
So, I mean, I don't know what you're going to do with that.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think at this point it might be anybody's game. It really might be. The fact that people in the chat and on all the blogs, whatever, are saying that it could be Jenna and Brianna. Think about how far we've frickin' come. Like, what? But I think they're right. And Corey and Mitch, other than Corey's knee, they're a really strong team, too.
Well, see, not that I'm counting Corey out of it, but after watching him do that uphill thing,
I know,
I'm scared. And on that note, let's head into predictions.
And now, your AFTERBUZZ TV.
And I'm kind of nervous because TJ said, be careful because this one's serious.
Yeah, he said, I don't know if you guys are ready for this. They, I think, have gotten... I love when people do that. I think, like, damn right it's me because I'm the one who's fucking saying it.
It's where the actor show.
they've gotten harder every time. Every year they get harder and harder. There have been some years we take a little bit of a step back, but for the most part, they're so much more challenging than they used to be. We're now in a place where I don't know what they could do to top things they've done in the past.
We're jumping on cars.
Yeah,
And
but that's why this year we had things like eating cockroaches and whatever that shit is.
Wait, did you see what I tagged you on Facebook?
Yeah, that's like a game show they do in Japan. It's crazy with the cockroach blowing. You guys should Google that or YouTube that thing. It's so freaking scary. But anyway,
Trey from St. Thomas.
Yeah.
He commented. He was,
Weatherworth.
Trey Weatherholtz. He was like, "Why would you wish that shit upon us?" It was two people, and there's a cockroach in the middle, and you have to blow it into the other one's mouth.
And if you suck in, you suck it all the way in. So you have to keep going. I think that here's going into the final challenge. We've got the team with the most stamina, which is the girls. Mm-hmm. So I think that Jenna and Brianna, this is a lot of climbing, a lot of uphill, these girls will take it. We've got the team that is the best at puzzles, which is Corey and Mitch. So if it comes down to the mental game there, they'll take it. And we've got Cara Maria, who is the only one who's like a true vet in this, with Jamie, who's done incredible.
She kind of knows what to expect.
And if it comes down to a strength thing, they'll take it. So,
we see Corey's puking. Also makes me nervous.
Yeah, but we see Cara Maria like totally breaking down. We don't know how all of these people are with food. We know they're eating something gross.
Drinking beer.
Yeah.
So it's going to be obviously a Germany theme, and I'm like, I don't know anything about Germany, so I don't really know.
Like blood sausage and maybe worms or something.
Yeah, what's that, bratwurst? Is that something?
It depends what.
Sauerkraut? Are those German things?
Yeah, they are, but they're delicious. But like if you have to eat so many of them,
sauerkraut
you know.
Is not delicious.
Okay. It's just like not a poisonous food. Like you're not eating like somebody's balls or like.
I'm like, they're going to get them drunk, though, doing all this stuff. And if it's cold and they have to sleep outside, because it's usually...
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm excited, though. Sorry, Anisa. You didn't make it. You didn't, to get the $350,000. But
I wonder how that's going to break down.
You're going with who?
I think Cara, Maria, and Jamie are going to win. It would be way more fun if Jenna and Brianna win, but I think Cara Maria deserves it and will win.
I agree with what you're saying. On that note, I want to thank y'all for tuning in. I'd like you guys to subscribe. Hit that button right down below if you love me. Also, leave me a comment.
How could you not love that face?
You know what I mean? If you guys could also hit us up at AfterBuzz TV on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. I'm on social media. You guys can hit me up everywhere at DJ Jesse J.
You guys can find me everywhere at Roxy Striar.
Boom. Till next week. Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
The views expressed herein are those of the host,
Later.
and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.